Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Lisa Brown with InkandInspirations.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so glad to have you join us here on YouTube, or you may be watching this on my blog or Facebook. So thank you for joining us. If you will, just say hello and let us know where you're watching from in the comment section, and that will be great. Love to see where everyone is from and love to welcome you. So I am going to be making a little gift for fall in this video. And if you've been following me for a while, this won't surprise you at all as to what the gift is. And we'll go into that a little more in just a minute. But first, I want to talk about a couple of things that I have coming up so that you won't miss out. So let me get over here and get to the solo layout here. And first of all, on Tuesday, October 25th, I'm going to have a paper pumpkin class live on Facebook. And so that's Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll have the link below the video in the description. And I'm just going to put together my paper pumpkin kit and show you a couple of alternatives. So if you have this kit and you'd like to join me and put yours together as well, that would be great. And if not, maybe you'll see that how wonderful these kits are, and you'll have time to subscribe for the November kit, which is Christmas tags, and we all use Christmas tags, right? So anyway, this is at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific on my Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown Facebook page. Now, also with Stampin' Up! And Stampin' Up! News, we have the Starter Kit Plus promotion. So if you've ever thought about becoming part of the Stampin' Up! Family, we'd love to have you on our Ink and Inspiration Stars teams. We are a group from across the country, and we meet virtually via Zoom once a month and craft together. And I love to support you and however you want your Stampin' Up! Experience to be. So right now, through the 31st of this month, the starter kit, which is the kit you get when you sign up, so to speak, is $99. I don't even have a price on here. Sorry about that. $99, but you get $155 worth of product of your choice to fill your kit. Okay. And hey, if you're thinking I don't need all of the things, you can put our kits from our kit collection in here. You can put just basic supplies like scissors, a paper trimmer, whatever you'd like. So if you'd like to know more about it, be sure you comment below or email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it. Okay, we are working on our project, and I'm using the Rustic Harvest Suite from the mini catalog, pages 48 through 50. This is a beautiful suite. It has black as an accent color, which is really different, but I like it. But today you're going to see me use something other than the black as a base, and I think you're going to like it. And it's going to be a tag, but you can incorporate it and make this tag the main focal image on the front of a card. So here's the designer paper. We even have some 12 by 12 basic black cardstock. Now these leaf label and amber gems currently are not available for order. They have been super popular. They're beautiful for fall. I believe they're supposed to be in either at the end of this month or excuse me, the beginning of next month. So keep an eye out for those. But you don't need them to create these projects that we're doing with this. So today I'm doing one project, and previously on my Facebook Live, I done another one, a card that you can see here on YouTube or on Facebook. So I hope you'll check that out too. All right, it comes with the stamp set and coordinating dies. They're called the Rustic Pumpkin dies, and I'll show you these. And you can even create a very fun pumpkin. There's this little stem, and here are the pumpkin pieces without any stamps at all. Some little vine swirls, and then some images that will cut out the stamped images within the stamp set. So here's the Hello Harvest stamp set. Just really pretty. I love these flowers. We're going to be using those today. So let's get started. Okay, so you know that I love to give pretty tea towels. If you've been following me, you know this. Tea towels or kitchen towels as little gifts, little thinking of you gifts, teacher gifts, thank you gifts. And I don't know about you, but this is something I just don't normally go out and buy for myself all the time. I may see a cute one and pick it up, but I forget about it. I'll tell this story. I have a good friend that told me one time, Lisa, if something ever happens to me, go into my kitchen and get rid of all my junky kitchen towels and buy new ones. And I can relate. Can you relate to that? You have your favorite worn towels that you use all the time, but it's so nice to have some beautiful towels to display. And you could wrap this up easily, but I'm going to show you how you can just make a tag and it would make a pretty presentation. Now, I got this particular one at Hobby Lobby. Okay, you can find these almost anywhere. Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Joann Fabrics, okay, everywhere. And I always wait till they're on sale at Hobby Lobby and I pick some up. So love this little truck. And look, it has sunflowers and pumpkins, which is these are the images in this Rustic Harvest, no, Hello Harvest stamp set. So what I do is I'll fold it to where the main image of the towel shows, okay? And then I'll take the tag, and I usually leave the tag on. I scratch out the price, but I leave it because sometimes people want to know what company this came from, okay? So you can find other products from them. And so I leave that all on, but I just kind of tuck it behind so it doesn't show in the presentation. So now, are you ready to get started? Let's make a tag. I'm using this crumb cake tag using the tailor-made tag dies from the annual catalog. I use this large one. This is a great set of dies to have. You can stamp on them. You can punch images and shapes and glue on them. It's just great. And look, there are even some small tags like to stamp a sentiment. But today we're using this one. I love the faux stitching around the edge. So pretty. And we're going to set it aside because we're going to build up first, okay? So first of all, I have a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. I cut it about 3 by 4, and I'm going to stamp the pumpkin image on this, and then we're going to die cut. Now, I'm going to use early espresso because I like that look with this pumpkin on the pumpkin pie cardstock. So let's ink this up. Make sure it's inked good. I'm going to take my old trusty rag and get some of the ink from around the edges. Excuse me. All right, and then I'm just going to stamp it in the middle. Now you could definitely stamp this on basic white and die cut it out, but we have a die, and this is the color I want to go with our little towel. So I just stamped it directly on the color that coordinated. So I wanted to add a little bit of pizzazz to this. So I'm taking my pumpkin pie marker. I say marker, my Stampin' Blends alcohol marker. I'm going to use this bullet tip, and I'm just going to go over some of these defined lines here put in by the Stampin' Up artist. So it doesn't add a lot of color. It just adds a little bit of depth. And on the alcohol, when it dries, it lightens up. So it's not going to be as dark. And you can see all of this lightening up as I continue doing just some easy brush strokes. Just really simple. And then I'm going to go back over this to just define it a little bit more. And you don't have to do this. It's just something that hit me and I thought, I want to do that. I want to add a little bit to it. If you wanted it to show up even more or darker, you could use like Cajun Craze, which is a rust color, and it would show up a little more. But I didn't want it overbearing. I just wanted it kind of like as an accent. Now I'm going to take my crumb cake markers, and I'm just going to do the little stem up here, and it just kind of makes it, kind of darkens the orange. It doesn't really add the crumb cake color. But when I add the dark crumb cake, it makes it a little darker. So I'm just coloring it like that. And truth be known, that's not going to even show. It just makes me feel better to go ahead and color it just in case I decided to use it a different way. Okay, I'm going to get my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in here. Excuse me. And we're going to die cut this pumpkin. So let me find my die that is on my desk here. So we're going to pull this out. It's the pumpkin shape to cut out the pumpkin. And look, I have some brand new cutting plates. Isn't that beautiful? It doesn't stay that way for long, but oh, that's fun to have a brand new pristine cutting plate, right? All right, so I'm going to put this here, my cardstock. Let me move this up so you can see it. I'm going to take the pumpkin die and just put it around. And then I'm going to take some Post-it tape, which is what I like to use to hold my die in place. So let's put the number 2 cutting plate on top. Our layer sandwich is the 1, and then the 2 cutting plates, number 2 cutting plates, and now we're just going to roll this right through. Okay, set that aside and we'll use it again later. My allergies are just through the roof. The wind blew something in. All right, I'm going to leave that there. And there is our cute little pumpkin. Now, I want that beautiful floral piece to layer over top. So I have a piece of basic white, the stamp mounted, and then I'm using Memento Black ink because I'm going to color it with Stampin' Blends. Yeah, I'm going to do it like this. But you know what? I'm going to cut this down because I want to die cut it with my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, there we go. Okay, so now I have just some easy colors here. I've got Soft Suede, Mossy Meadow, Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to use a little bit of my dark pumpkin pie. Okay, let me get started here. I'm going to take my light daffodil, and this is a quick coloring, y'all. And as I'm coloring this, I'm thinking I would probably get the effect that I want, because it's a small image, by just using the dark Daffodil Delight. And yep, that's what the look I want. So I'm just going to color with one color, no shading. The lines and the accent lines and the shading lines are so close together, it actually does the shading for you after you color. So I'm coloring all of the petals right now. You can see I'm using the bullet tip, which when you're coloring a small image kind of gives you a little bit more control. And let's see. Sometimes I'm bad about coloring a leaf, mistaking a leaf for a petal and vice versa. Okay. Let me get this off of here. All right. Let's see what I want to do now. I'm going to color these little pom-poms here in Daffodil Delight. Mango Melody might have been a pretty color here too. Okay, here's a little flower, closed petal flower. Okay, I think I'm good. That's a leaf. Okay, now I'm going to take Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to start with a light and see if I like that. And yes, I do. So I'm just going over all of the leaves and the stems. Super quick and easy. Oh, I forgot a flower. I'll have to come back and do it. Leaf. So you see our alcohol markers, these Stampin' blends, make coloring very easy. You don't have to be such an artist, you know, with all the shading and everything. It just is just beautiful, rich color and quick. It's so easy and quick. I had thought about just coloring this prior to recording, but I thought, no, I'm going to show you that it's not that, doesn't take that much time. Okay, here's a leaf. Okay, now I'm going to get this flower that I missed here. Then I'm going to take I'm going to try my light soft suede for the center of the sunflowers. We haven't made it to the pumpkin patch this year, and they have a beautiful field of sunflowers here in Exeter, Missouri, which is not far from where I am. And I think there's also one in Fordland, Missouri. I'm going to go back and make it darker. Okay, now I thought I needed a little bit of orange. So not sure what these little guys are supposed to be, but I decided to make it orange to tie it in to the pumpkin. Some kind of little berries. Okay, now we get to die cut it out. So let's get our mini boss back in here, and we're going to get the die that coordinates. And you see I trimmed this down so that it would fit the width of the cutting plates and roll right through this mini boss, like I like to call it. Okay, let's put our plates on and roll it through. Oh, I didn't use a Post-it tape, but I think I got it because my cutting plates are so pristine and new. Oh, look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? All right, let's get our die back over here so we don't lose it. Move our cutting plates. And now I'm just going to glue this over top. Look how pretty that is. I love that look. So I'm putting a little glue so that will go over top of the pumpkin. Let me see how my back is there. Okay. Hindsight, it probably would have been better to put a little glue on top of the pumpkin instead of, you know, guessing where it should go. All right, I need to get a drink of water, so just a minute. Anyone have any questions or thoughts? Anyone else give towels as gifts? Okay, now let's bring our towel back in, and I'll show you my thinking here. This color here is very close to our Stampin' Up! Gray Granite, okay? And I thought, well, if I had gray granite ribbon, I could use it, but I thought, I don't know if I want it that close. And I thought about a cream or a vanilla and gold. Decided against that. I wanted something more wide. And then I looked at the color of the truck, which is a light watercolor look to me of crumb cake. Don't you think? So that's what I went with here. So we're going to put, this is going to go part on and part off the tag because I want to stamp my sentiment here. Let's go ahead and do that. So I've got, you are such a blessing, which I think is a great sentiment when you're giving a friend, a teacher, a relative, your family, a gift. So I'm going to, see, I got soft suede, but I think I want early espresso. I want it pretty dark on that crumb cake. So I'm inking this up. Here we go. Let's see. I'm just going to line it up and try to stamp it as close to the bottom without getting on the stitching, okay? There we go. Okay. Get out of the way. Now we can see exactly how much room we have for this pumpkin. So I don't want it to cover any of this, and I want the little hole to show, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. And then position. I want most of it on the tag. Does that make sense? Without covering up anything. I'm going to move it over a little bit more. There we go. I like that. Okay, so now that we have our tag, let's talk about how we're going to put it on. Going through all those different color combinations, I decided, oh, I love this. Okay, look, I think it goes well with the truck and with our crumb cake tag. It's just sweet, and it's, it's a soft, soft cloth, and this is a very soft towel, but it doesn't matter. And I was going to say, before I continue here, if you can't find a towel like this with the kind of image that you're looking for, pick a solid color towel or a check, even if it was just a check or a buffalo check or a plaid. Find a towel, do your coloring according to the colors in that towel, even if it's just a solid color. And this, your little tag, makes a simple towel beautiful, okay? So it just so happened, I saw this and I thought, oh my goodness, that is going to go perfectly with that harvest sweet. And so I picked this up, oh gosh, a month ago, I guess. Once they start putting all the goodies out and running them on sale. We love a sale, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut this. I'm just going to tie a knot, but I'm going to leave myself plenty of room so I can trim the edges. These edges on this ribbon tend to fray a bit, which can be a cute accent, but I don't want it to fray too much. Okay, so I'm tying it loosely around the top end because why? I want the truck to show, right? And normally when I do this, I will put a piece of cardstock on it, but I did not want to cover up that truck. It was just too cute. Okay, so isn't that pretty? It's kind of a loose knot where you've got that pillow looking on top. And so I'm going to cut and trim this a bit. Oh, that wasn't too straight, Lisa. That didn't either, but I'll fix it later. It's better if you can cut in one swoop. I'm going to try it one more time. See how it's coming? It's raveling in my hands. I'm going to leave well enough alone. It's still cute, okay? All right, so now we're going to add our tag, okay? And I am going to use a piece of linen thread. Just cut a length of it. Give yourself plenty of room. Double it. Stick the loop through the hole. You've got the loop on the back end take the two ends, push it through, and then you have these two ends, and you're going to come around, and I try to get close to the knot underneath one of the little tails here and tie a knot. And so really the ribbon can be either just slipped off and the tag come off with it, but this is going to secure it and have just the same linen look there with your ribbon. Okay. And here we go. So what you think? I love it. I think it's so cute. I think this is probably going to go to one of the girls' teachers. I have another one here. I always buy at least two. Okay, so I hope you will give this a try. It's like such a fun way to use your talent and your artistic ability with your stamps, ink, and paper to add something and make just a simple gift something really special. And don't be surprised if you see another video soon, because there were more towels that my daughter just had to get for me, and I'm going to try to package them a little differently and show you that as well. So stay tuned. If I can help you with anything, let me know. You can visit my website at inkandinspirations.com. And there, if you're not signed up for my mailing list, there's a little box on the top or one that'll pop up. Be sure you get on there so you get all the information in a timely fashion. And I thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.